Tá sound of the band,
Ready.
it can only mean one thing. It is the arrival of the chief guest, and soon we are about to begin our annual day program today. All the dignitaries are being welcomed by the band of the school.
Ready, na? Ready, ready, sir. नहीं चला
Thank you, students, for the wonderful welcome of our guest of honors and other dignitaries. Good evening, everyone. On this chilly winter evening, as the crisp air wraps around us, let the warmth of togetherness, joy, and celebration light up our hearts as we gather here for this special occasion. Honored guests, esteemed parents, and our valued students, we are pleased to welcome you all as we prepare to commence our school's annual day. The day has come when we are prepared to show you the fruits of our students' efforts and showcase their abilities. I am confident that you will all enjoy an evening filled with enthusiasm, pleasure, and creativity. It is with great pleasure that I, Mrs. Charulata More, stand before you today with.
Mrs. Vaijayanti Naik.
We are excited to be your host for our school's annual day function. We are here to take you through an evening filled with joy, celebration, and meaningful moments that will leave you reflecting even after the event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the annual day is not merely a social event. It is a celebration of the school's enthusiastic character. Students have exerted themselves to ensure that this evening is pleasurable, and you will all be able to observe their hard work and dedication.
In our school, we believe that an annual day is more than just a celebration. It's an opportunity to learn, reflect, and grow together. That's why, over the years, we have been following a unique theme that guides our performances. A theme encourages students to think about what they are presenting, and for our audiences, it transforms the evening into an inspiring journey where every act is part of a larger story with a message that goes beyond the stage.
So, before we begin our program, let us participate in a time-honored tradition which we all follow, lighting the lamp. Through the sacred act of lighting the lamp, let us summon blessings from the divine and commence the annual gathering. I invite the chief guest Dr. Medha Ajit Oak, the President, Shri K.V. Ranganathan, and all other dignitaries to please come forward to illuminate the ceremonial lamp. As the lamp is being lit, let us take blessings. शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसंपदा शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते.
Thank you all. Thank you all the respected members.
Our chief guest and President sir are garlanding the idols over here and seeking their blessings for tonight.
When we light a lamp or hear the words of a shlok, our hands naturally come together and seek blessings, don't they? Dear audience, join me in welcoming our young singers who will set the mood with their prayer. This will be followed by the school anthem. I request everyone to rise for the same.
Para
Thank you very much, students. I request everyone to be seated. Extracurricular activities play a key role in shaping well rounded individuals by developing both intellectual and emotional abilities. Recognizing this, we at the South Indian Association have introduced the music program of Swaradhara for our students. The program, which started a few years back, has been showing positive results. Today, we are presenting before you Rag Bhairavi. Rag Bhairavi is a Hindustani music rag that evokes a sense of strength, courage, and devotion. It is a popular rag that is often performed during the early morning. Today, we will listen to Rag Bhairav, Aroha, Avroha, Pakad, and Tarana with Dugun. Lyrics and composition are traditional. The music programming is by Mr. Prashant Thakre. Vocals are by Dr. Gauri Kavi Mirasgaonkar, and our students are trained under the guidance of Chaitali Mungekar and Manali Dhotre. Our students will sing with the help of guided audio tracks methodology developed by Swaradhara to aid in the learning journey of students. And audience, it is going to be a double dhamaka as our students of the SIA Fine Arts who are training in Kathak under the able guidance of Mrs. Prajakta Barve will be performing to the Tarana while our students sing it live. So, let's sit back and enjoy. What we witnessed just now was a perfect blend of live vocals and dance. Just a glimpse of the evening that is going to unfold before you. It is now time to evaluate the past year. This is an opportunity to reflect on our accomplishments and celebrate the milestones we have achieved. The school report illustrates the diligent efforts of our children and the unwavering support of their parents, serving as evidence of our school's achievement. I would like to introduce to the stage our headmistress of the primary section, Mrs. Sarika Khokrale, to present the annual report. That will be followed by the report of our primary and high school given by Mrs. Sharvari Deshpande.
Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Mrs. Medha Oak, President of the SIA School, Shri K.V. Ranganathan, Secretary, Shri M. Gopal Krishnan, members of the Managing Committee, Dr. Mrs. Padmaja Arvind, Principal of SIA Degree College, Dr. Mrs. Asmita Karajgi, Dean of the SIA College of Health Sciences, Mrs. Aparna Patil, HM of the SIA High School and Junior College, Mrs. Sharvari Deshpande, HM of SIA Primary and High School, dignitaries of the dais, and my dear parents. Good evening to one and all. Education is not the amount of information that is put in the human brain. It must have man-making, character-making, and life-building assimilation of ideas. Only then, by the means of that education, something can be gained in the world. Guided by this philosophy, we at SIA have continued to strive for holistic development and academic excellence. This year has been a testament to our commitment to nurturing young minds while fostering creativity, innovation, and inclusivity. To begin with, new initiatives taken by school. We constantly innovate to provide a stimulating environment for our students. Some of the key initiatives launched this year include the SIA Times. We launched an exclusive edition of our school newsletter for Standard 1st and 2nd, filled with fun activities, games, and stories which were tailored to spark curiosity and joy in our young learners. Smart classrooms. I would like to mention that interactive boards were introduced to our students 12 years back. That was very well in advance as compared to any other schools in the surroundings. Further, upgradation and latest technology met education in every classroom this year with smart board panels that transform the way we teach and learn. Lessons have become more immersive and engaging. Our collaboration with TeachNext has empowered our teachers with cutting-edge tools and resources, enhancing the teaching experience. May I request the IT team to please play the video? Parents, we would just like to present a small video which shows how lessons can be recorded and that can be more helpful to teachers and students. Deepak sir.
Census board. There are limitless features to this, but due to time constraints, I am going to highlight a few of them to show you how learning has become interesting to students. The interactive panel enables students to navigate smoothly and explore the vast ocean of knowledge. Let's dive in and explore its exciting features. This 3D feature allows students to visualize complex concepts in a more engaging and interactive way. Sunayana Nagral, assistant teacher of the SI Primary School, will introduce you to this interactive panel board called Census Board. There are limitless features to this, but due to time constraints, I am going to highlight a few of them to show you how learning has become interesting to students. The interactive panel enables students to navigate smoothly and explore the vast ocean of knowledge. Let's dive in and explore its exciting features. This 3D feature allows students to visualize complex concepts in a more engaging and interactive way. Let's take a look at this 3D model of cube. The subject feature allows teachers to access a range of subject-specific resources. Let us see how it can help. Now let's move on to the library feature. This provides access to a vast collection of 3D images organized by grade level. Let's take a look at some examples. The board-in-board feature is a game changer. It allows you to revisit previous taught concepts and address individual student doubts. Let's see how it works. This multi-canvas feature allows multiple students to work together on a single project in real time. Let's see how it works. Census Board has transformed classrooms into interactive hubs of learning with the next generation intelligent interactive panels powered by AI are revolutionizing classrooms. Simply write your required subject and receive thorough and grade-centric interactive answers. It also fetches images from the web or generate unique images related to the topic. We can effortlessly manage language diversity with a powerful translation tool. Enhance auditory learning read aloud feature.
Manners.
AI-driven voice-overs assist educators and young minds with clear spoken content of the selected text. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for being such a great audience.
Thank you, IT team. Coming back to our new initiatives, the next slide, number 4. Yoga sessions. To nurture both physical and mental well-being, we introduced dedicated yoga sessions for our students. These sessions have brought calmness and focus into their daily lives. Speaking Wall initiative. Our new speaking wall provides a space where students express their creativity and thoughts through art and writing. It has become a true canvas of imagination for teachers and students. Moving on to our academic achievements. I am delighted to share that this year has been an exceptional one for academics. Our students have demonstrated exceptional performances, setting a benchmark of excellence that truly inspires. The rise in the number of high achievers has been remarkable. Introducing practical experiments in EVS for standard 3rd and 4th made learning exciting and meaningful. We have hands-on science for our students where 3rd and 4th standards basically have experiments tried, which usually we have for the higher standards, but we have introduced here right from 3rd and 4th standard. Active English. Our new initiative focuses on functional English has significantly enhanced communication skills across grades. Next. Moving on to the co-curricular activities. At SIA, we believe that learning goes beyond walls and books. This year, our students have shone brightly in co-curricular activities. To mention, the very first Kshitij competition, this year we marked the 25th anniversary of the Kshitij Inter-School competition with a record-breaking win of 16 overall prizes. Moving on to the next, cultural celebrations. Celebrations are the soul of our school, be it Independence Day, Raksha Bandhan, Janmashtami or Saraswati Puja. Our students actively participated, making every event memorable. As it is said, a nation's culture resides in the hearts and in the soul of its people. Our 77-year-old institution celebrated various festivals with grandeur. To add on to the above celebrations, the highlights include Yoga Day. Students performed simple asanas, embracing the essence of mindfulness. On Rakhi Purnima, students pledged their support for saving trees. During Independence Day, a patriotic program filled with songs and dances lit up our campus. Bhartiya's Day, our Tamil students paid tribute to the legendary poet Bhartiyar with recitation and singing competitions. I would like to mention about our overnight camp. Standard 4th students had an unforgettable experience at Monteria Village Resort, where they bonded with friends and teachers over fun activities at this night camp. Next. Annual sports meet. With a grand march past, our sports meet displayed discipline, teamwork, and enthusiasm. Moving on to the competitions, our students made us proud by participating and excelling in multiple competitions, securing the rotating trophy for overall excellence at C.N. Patkar International Competition, winning first prize at Gurukul School Lions Club, Nrityanjali Royal International School events. I would like to mention Master Shambhu Borade from first A secured third prize at Shri Ma Bal Niketan inter-school competition. Apart from these, we also conducted various intra-school events such as Scrabble, handwriting, elocution, story narration, poetry recitation, digital card designing, and quizzes, fostering holistic development in our students. The infrastructural development. To provide the best possible environment for our students, we have upgraded classrooms with modern amenities, expanded the play area for sports and recreation, enhanced our libraries with a diverse collection of books to instill a love of reading in our students. Giving back to the community is an integral part of our values. The Dust and Pan initiative encouraged students to actively participate in cleanliness drives. Moving on to the competitive exams, to navigate smoothly through the vast ocean of knowledge and be future ready in this competitive world, we encourage our students to participate in Olympiad exams, including Hindi and Tamil language Olympiads. This year, many students showcased their aptitude and talent in these exams. Additionally, our SpellQuest program has significantly enhanced vocabulary and language skills across all the grades. Moving on to the next, awards and felicitation. We take immense pride in honoring our teachers and staff for their exemplary work. The prestigious Ram Janki Award for Teacher of the Year 23-24 was awarded to Mrs. Mrunal Dopeshwar. The late Shri A.G. Balakrishnan Award was backed in by Mrs. Sanjana Wagh. Next, I would like to mention about different committees that help us in our work. The first one is the PTA Executive Committee, which was duly elected from the class representatives of all the classes. I thank Srimati Sonal Ghag, Vice Chairperson of the PTA Executive Committee, for her active participation. School Inclusion Committee. This committee meets twice a year to discuss the measures taken or to be taken with respect to children with special needs. I thank our President, Shri K.V. Ranganathan, Secretary, Shri M. Gopalakrishnan, and Management Representative, Mrs. Chandranathan, for guiding us in these matters. Academic Council. At this forum, we discuss issues related to academics and give an update on events that are being conducted in and out. I thank the Academic Council members, Shri M. Gopalakrishnan, Shri S. Karthik, Shri G. Ravi Shankar, and Shri M. Ravi for their guidance throughout the year. With this, I conclude my academic report. As I conclude, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Mrs. Medha Oak for accepting our invitation and gracing today's event, Shri K.V. Ranganathan and the management team for their unwavering support, the PTA members, parents, and class representatives for their trust and encouragement. My wonderful team, our assistant headmistress, coordinator, teachers, and non-teaching staff for their hard work and dedication. As Eleanor Roosevelt beautifully said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. With this belief, we look forward to another year of innovation, inclusivity, and excellence. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our Almighty as well as our ancestors for their blessings during this program and bringing us to this particular moment. Thank you so much, audience. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Audience, as our primary and high school is growing, it is a time to take stock and present before you the accomplishments and performance of the school. I request the headmistress of the primary and high school, Mrs. Sharvari Deshpande, to present the annual report.
Thank you. Good evening, one and all. Respected President of the South Indian Association, Shri K.V. Ranganathan. Chief guest for the evening, Dr. Mrs. Medha Oak. Secretary of the South Indian Association, Shri M. Gopal Krishnan. Headmistress of the South Indian Association High School and Junior College, Mrs. Aparna Patil. Headmistress of the South Indian Association Primary and KG, Mrs. Sarika Khokrade. Managing committee members and my dear parents. It gives me great pleasure to present the very first annual report of the SIA Primary and High School for the academic year 2024-25. This year marks a milestone for us as we proudly announce that our institution has added another feather in its cap by starting a new school which will be from grade 1 to grade 10. The school is a Maharashtra State Board school and is named as the SIA Primary and High School. It is a self-financed school that is permanently unaided from grade 1 to 10. Like the other two schools, this too will be managed by the South Indian Association Trust. We have received formal recognition, thus paving the way for our journey forward. With this recognition, we aim to establish ourselves as a school that sets high standards comparable with the best institutions across other boards. It is an honor to present the first annual report of the SIA Primary and High School. I will present the activities of Standard 5 and 6 as a report of Standard 1 to 4 has already been read by Mrs. Sarika Khokrade, which is common for both the schools. Every school has a certain vision which drives its programs. Ours is learning beyond books, growing beyond boundaries. Learning should not be restricted to the curriculum that is in the textbooks. It should be augmented by real-life experiences and practical knowledge. We believe that the students should be actively involved with what they learn as well as how much to learn. Our aim is that curiosity should drive learning. Learning beyond textbooks is essential to develop real-world skills. In our curriculum, academic rigor is seamlessly complemented with activities that foster critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence. Setting high academic and lesson delivery standards equal to the best schools has always been the prime goal of the SIA school. In accordance with this, a modern classroom should be dynamic, inclusive, and equipped to meet the needs of the 21st century learners. All our classrooms not only got a makeover with new benches, but also the latest Census interactive flat panels, the demo of which you just saw. The plethora of tools available on these panels has greatly enhanced the delivery of lessons. They are easy to use and user-friendly and offer high-quality audio and visual display. This year, the school has provided digital content by TeachNext in every classroom. Teachers have access to numerous videos along with books used across the boards. The year began with the celebration of the International Yoga Day. Recognizing the importance of teaching our ancient wisdom of yoga, our school has a trained yoga teacher teaching students right from grade 1 to 6. The students of grade 5 and 6 participated in a yoga competition at Shrima School, Thane. They not only participated for the first time, but also won the third prize in the group event. Ms. Advika Meher, made us proud by winning the second prize in the individual event. Adding to this streak of success, our students showcased their exceptional talents at the competition organized by the Lions Club of Dombivli, winning the first prize in the group singing and group dance events. The group singing was trained by Ms. Shraddha Devdar from Swaradhara Academy, and group dance was trained by Mr. Sachin Birje from Spiders Academy. For the first time this year, students of Standard 5 and 6 participated in the elocution competitions conducted by Ramakrishna Math, Khar. Master Ayush Patil and Ms. Sanskriti Kadam stood first among the Dombivli Kalyan participants and have been selected to participate in the finals, which will be held in their Khar branch in a few days. We had competitions like Sudoku, Scrabble, something that we have continued right from grade 1, quiz contest, which was devised by the students and also conducted by the students. So here you see how our quiz master was aptly dressed for the occasion. Drawing competition followed by Makhar making competition for Ganesh festival. Recently we conducted the calligraphy competition and the students have done remarkably well. Here is some of their work. This year, we have taken significant steps to integrate and perpetuate indigenous wisdom into our curriculum. By giving impetus to traditional knowledge systems, arts and practices, we aim to connect our students to their roots while preparing them for the global stage. Swaradhara music program, which is taught to all students till standard 6, is testimony to this fact. We have also taken significant strides towards making Indian traditional food a part of the daily diet of our students. We have a weekly food menu in which we have incorporated millets and all type of vegetables. We have found that the students bring their lunch as per their menu and have started enjoying it. Through the newsletter that we publish every month and competitions like calligraphy and origami scheduled in the month of January, exhibition and field trips, we have been giving students opportunities to explore subjects beyond the textbook. Our fortnightly wall displays too give opportunities to students to learn beyond textbooks. Our school library saw an increased footfall, indicating that more and more students were showing interest in acquiring knowledge beyond the curriculum. Last year, 35 students went for an excursion to Nasik, and this year, 44 students from grade 5 and 6 went for an excursion to Silvassa. Deer Park, Lion Safari, Butterfly Park, Swaminarayan Temple, and Dudhni Lake were some of the places that the students visited. So may I have the AV, please? Students definitely enjoyed themselves, as you can see. Yes. 7 students from Standard 6 appeared for the Homi Bhabha Science exam, and 21 students from Standard 5 would be appearing for the State Scholarship exam in February. In addition to academic excellence, we are committed to sensitizing our students to various social and cultural issues. Students of Standard 6 were members of the Nisarga Shala EVS Club, which exposed students to the various issues concerning our environment. One of the activities was to survey the school premises for stagnant water to prevent dengue. Themes like oral hygiene, all about growing up, importance of cleanliness, help the students address several important issues. Through interactive workshops, awareness programs, we strive to instill values of empathy, inclusivity, and responsible citizenship. We organized a workshop on cybersecurity by Ms. Shilpa from Responsible Netism for Parents. Our counselors have conducted orientation of the students regarding puberty for all the boys and girls of Standard 5th and 6th in a very novel way. They used specially designed comics to drive home the point. Mrs. Harini Sonpatki conducted a workshop on teaching through stories for teachers and the art of reading stories for the students of Standard 6. The annual sports day was held on the SIA College grounds, that is this very ground. The head boy and head girl led the captains of the 4 houses, namely Phoenix, Dolphin, Earth, and Sun House, in a spectacular display of marching. The 2-day event saw students participate in long jump and running events. Master Ved Nanoti, a budding badminton player, was the chief guest, and he inspired our students with his experiences. Let's have a glimpse into the sports day. Thank you. The annual day that is being held today will be based on the theme, Values That Maketh a Man/Woman. We are grateful to Dr. Medha Oak for honoring us with her presence today for today's program. Thank you, madam. As we reflect on the year's achievements, we look forward to continuing our mission of shaping students who are not only academically competent, but also socially conscious and culturally enriched. Together, we envision a future where our school stands as a beacon of excellence and values-driven education. Let me now thank all those who made this possible. PTA Executive Committee was duly elected from the class representatives of all the classes. I thank Mrs. Saili Padilkar, Chairperson of the PTA Executive Committee, for her cooperation and support. I am extremely grateful to the members of the school committee for helping us achieve our goals. I express my gratitude to the team of counselors of our SIA Counseling Hub for providing us with support to deal with children with special needs. I thank President K.V. Ranganathan, Secretary M. Gopalakrishnan, and Management Committee Representative Mrs. Chandranathan for guiding us in these matters. I thank the Academic Council members, Sri M. Gopalakrishnan, Mrs. Chandranathan, and Sri Shailesh Sharma for their guidance throughout the year. On behalf of the staff of the SIA Primary and High School, I thank the President of the SIA, Sri K.V. Ranganathan, and his dedicated team members of the SIA management for providing us with the necessary support and guidance. We are extremely grateful to our IT team of Sri Deepak Nichit and his team for their continuous mentoring and support to all the teachers throughout the year. I profoundly thank the PTAs, the class representatives, and all the parents for placing their faith and trust in us. Last but not the least, I thank the headmistress of the high school and junior college, Mrs. Aparna Patil, and headmistress of the primary and KG, Mrs. Sarika Khokrale, for their cooperation throughout the year. A big thank you to all my teaching and non-teaching staff for their good work throughout the year. With this, I conclude my report for the academic year 2024-25, wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year in advance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that informative report. I'm sure all the parents have got an idea about where our school is heading now. Ladies and gentlemen, a gathering is always graced with the halo of knowledge that dignitaries bring along with them. Today, we are honored by the distinguished presence of Dr. Medha Ajit Oak as the chief guest for our annual day. I request Mrs. Vijayashri to kindly escort our chief guest and all the other dignitaries onto the stage. I request our headmistress of the primary and high school, Mrs. Sharvari Deshpande, to welcome Dr. Oak with a bouquet.
A guiding force always urges us to start small, and that's the philosophy behind our school's enormous strides. We would like to welcome Shri K.V. Ranganathan, the president of our institution, with open arms. I kindly request our headmistress of the primary school, Mrs. Sarika Khokrale, to present Shri K.V. Ranganathan a bouquet as a token of our love. Welcome, sir.
I invite you to welcome the secretary of our institution, Shri M. Gopalakrishnan. I request our assistant headmistress, Mrs. Nidhi Saraf, to greet him with a floral bouquet. Welcome, sir.
A warm welcome to the headmistress of our high school and junior college, Mrs. Aparna Patil. I request Mrs. Assistant Headmistress of our school, Mrs. Nidhi ma'am, to welcome her with a bouquet. Mrs. Aparna Patil has not only ascended the ranks, but is wholly dedicated to delivering the highest quality education to our kids. Welcome, ma'am. We are privileged to introduce our host and leader for today's event, our headmistress, Mrs. Sharvari Deshpande. Madam's dedication to her career always establishes elevated standards for others. Her commitment to educational achievements acts as our guiding light. I request Miss Namrata to welcome her with a bouquet. Welcome, ma'am.
We are delighted to welcome Mrs. Sarika Khokrale as the other esteemed host of our annual day celebration. She has taken over the reins as the headmistress of the SIA Primary and KG this year. I request Ms. Vijay Shanti to welcome her with a bouquet. Extend our warmest welcome to the members who are equally valuable beyond the dais as we conclude our reception of them on the dais. They have provided unwavering support for all the endeavors we have undertaken.
Shri S. Karthik, the Joint Secretary of our institution, has also joined us this evening. We extend a warm welcome to you, sir.
We are delighted to extend a warm welcome to Shri S. Jambunathan, the treasurer of our institution. Sir, we are delighted to have you here.
I feel privileged to welcome Shri G. Ravi Shankar, the Managing Committee member and Management Representative for the Academic Council meetings for our institution. We welcome you, sir.
I am appreciative of the chance to welcome Srimati Chandra Nathan, who serves as the Managing Committee member and Management Representative for school committee meetings at our institution. Welcome, ma'am.
We feel delighted to welcome all the other members of our institution's managing committee. Their presence on this occasion today means a lot to us. Welcome all, sir.
I am delighted to welcome Mrs. Maitreyi Deshpande, the Assistant Headmistress of our pre-primary section. Welcome, ma'am.
We would like to heartily welcome the Vice Chairperson of the PTA Executive Committee, Primary and High School, Mrs. Saili Padilkar. Welcome, ma'am.
We also extend our welcome to the Vice Chairperson of the PTA Executive Committee, Primary Section, Mrs. Sonal Ghag. Welcome, ma'am.
A sincere greeting to all the distinguished invitees, sponsors, and PTA members who have always supported us in our attempts.
With great joy, we welcome our dear parents whose presence encourages our students. We will always appreciate your faith and support.
So, once again, we extend a warm greeting to our esteemed teachers, parents, distinguished guests, whose presence has added weight to our annual day. We wish you a fantastic evening ahead.
I consider it an honor to introduce and welcome Dr. Medha Ajit Oak as the chief guest for the night. Let us get to know her more. After completing her schooling, Dr. Medha joined Bandodkar College for her 11th and 12th. She completed her MBBS and MD from St. G.S. Medical College and KEM Hospital, Parel, Mumbai, respectively. She completed a short course on diabetes from Australia. She has also completed Public Health Foundation India courses for diabetes and thyroid in pregnancy. With an experience of more than 30 years, she is attached to many hospitals and is a guest lecturer in our own SIA College of Physiotherapy. She has many international publications on COVID and diabetes and teleconsulting on her name. She has bagged the second prize in RSSDI Mumbai 2023. She is a diabetes educator for NDEP, a national diabetes education program for the last 4 years. And that's not all. She has appeared on various TV shows with a mission to spread diabetes awareness. As a member of IMA Dombivli, RSSDI and Bharat Vikas Parishad, she is helping out for Anemia Mukta Bharat. In spite of such a busy schedule, she travels a lot. She has participated in 5 kilometers and 10-kilometer marathons. She likes music and has acting skills too. Listening to old Hindi and Marathi songs is her hobby. She is also trained in tarot reading. Now that's what we call a multifaceted person. We request our President, Shri K.V. Ranganathan, to honor our chief guest, Dr. Medha Oak. Ma'am, kindly come forward.
DJ Asif SK.
Thank you, sir. I request everyone to be seated.
It is not every day that we have the privilege of listening to someone whose vision and leadership are inspiring. Today, we are fortunate to have amidst us a true embodiment of dedication, foresight, and unwavering commitment. The president of this institution, Shri K.V. Ranganathan, sir. Sir, we eagerly await to be inspired by your words of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please. Sir.
Vidyadanam Sarvadanam Pradhanam. Knowledge is power. You have gone through the reports of both the HMs and also a audiovisual to complement it. Actually, there is not much for me to add value to what has already been done. The report is the testimony of the all-round performance of the institution and the schools, and the stress on all-round development of the students in our school. The school is not just restricted to academic excellence. You will find that in every facet of competition, our children are winning. Sports has been a very huge accomplishment in last couple of years. We have dedicated sports teachers for sports and yoga. You will find that yoga also our students have won laurel outside Dombivli. Besides this, every year we start something new in our school. We have, in the report you would have listened about the flat panel that has been introduced in our school. We introduced Vardhara as a couple of years ago for children to learn Hindustani music. We also started yoga this year. We had a dedicated yoga teacher who has been training our students in both school and colleges. Besides Swardhara, which is being taught in school, for the information of the parents who are gathered here, I want to tell you that we have a separate musical school in our school, in our institution. The children can learn Hindustani, Kathak, Carnatic music, harmonium, tabla and things like that at a very, very, very nominal price, very nominal fees and a secured environment in our school. If parents are not aware, parents want to depute their words elsewhere for classical music, our school is there available to send your students to the school for this kind of classes. You would have seen that we have read 2 reports this year. One is the old SIA KG and primary school, and now we have a new school called the SIA Primary and High School. The SIA Primary High School started this year, even though the efforts have been there for quite some time to start a new school. And this new school is a state board school. So people are questioning in this era when people are rushing to ICSE or CBSE schools, why still SIA is persisting with the board curriculum or board education. All I want to tell you is that the board may be secondary or the state board, but the quality of education that is being imparted in our school is not secondary to either ICSE or CBSE school. The kind of facilities that we give, the kind of infrastructure that we provide, the hygiene that we provide, the kind of staff we have, the kind of support staff we have. So I think it's second to none. And we felt that there is more need for people, that class of society, who can afford quality schooling, rather than starting a CBSE or IC school, which would cost you more a bomb, and not many common people will be in a position to take advantage of that. So that was one of the major reasons when we started the school, we started this state board school. So this year being the first year, we have a combined program. Maybe in times to come, we may have 2 separate days, 2 separate programs for the annual days. Having said that, there are a lot of changes that is happening in the arena of education. I want the parents to be very attentive to this. With the new NAP coming in, there is a lot of stress on extracurricular activities. Besides your education, there is a lot of stress on extracurricular activities. The SA is geared up to impart that kind of skill to the students. That is available. From KG to 2nd, there is a band. From 2nd to 7th, there is a band. From 8 to 12, there is a band. So there is a different set of rules and regulations and academic requirements for different class of schools. And the curriculum will vary from time to time. There is going to be a huge change in the way the education is being imparted. The parents have to be alive to what is going to be offered to the students from now onwards. A lot of your students might be in 4th or 5th or 6th standard. Please pay attention to whatever information the school gives on the changing academic scenario, or whenever the government comes out with a new policy. So I think for the benefit of the parents, they should be keeping track of what is being announced in the school. All I can say before the end of this program is the kind of activity that you have seen that is being put forth in our annual report. It means all our teachers are literally burning their midnight oil to ensure that so many activities happen in school. You are sending your students for 5 or 6 hours to a school. But how can so many things can happen beside the curriculum that is being taught in school? So I think a big round of applause deserves for our HMs, the teachers and the teaching and non-teaching for teaching staff for giving the best to your students, your children in your school. So I think that is the message I want to give you, that your students, your children, your wards in the best possible institution where every care is being taken about on academic pursuit, extracurricular activities, discipline, and so on and so forth. So I think the list is endless what we are doing. I think what you saw was only a glimpse of what is being done in schools. I think we are now coming to the end of this year. I don't want to stand before for a long time because all of you have come here to watch your children play, dance, take the photograph and put on Facebook or Instagram. So I think I don't want to spend so much time because all the information that has been given by both the HMs of what we are doing in our school. And also I think you have seen the essay time that is coming out every 2 months now in our school. So I think also you get to see the Renaissance. Very lovely, pictorially we depict what we are doing in school. So I don't want to spend much time in front of you. My best wishes to you. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra. Varga Tamilagam, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Thank you so much, sir, for your trust and faith in us. Parents, as you all know, the true strength of an educational institution lies in its ability to inspire, guide, and uplift. Our establishment stands as a beacon of excellence because of leaders who recognize dedication, mentor with wisdom, and ignite a passion for learning. Their support fuels our ambition and encourages us to reach new heights. The Ram Janaki Award and the late Shri A.G. Balakrishnan Award have been instituted just for this. These awards foster a culture of constructive competition among teachers, driving them towards excellence. The first award is the late Shri A.G. Balakrishnan Award. I request our chief guest, Dr. Medha Oak, President Shri K.V. Ranganathan, to do the honors and other dignitaries to accompany them. I feel delighted in announcing the name of Mrs. Sanjana Wagh, the proud recipient of the late A.G. Balakrishnan Award. Mrs. Sanjana joined the SIA Parivar more than a decade ago. As a spinster, she observed the hard work and dedication of the senior teachers and embedded the same qualities in her. Today, as a parent teacher, she offers her guidance to the newcomers. She considers Mrs. Sharvari Deshpande, our headmistress, as her guiding factor. Seeing children grow inspires her to work for them. Let us all give a big round of applause for Mrs. Sanjana Wagh. Sanjana teacher, kindly wait back.
For the next award, please put your hands together for Mrs. Mrunal Dopeshwarkar, the worthy recipient of the Ram Janaki Award, Teacher of the Year 2023-24. Mrs. Mrunal has proudly completed 11 years of dedicated service at SIA School. Her journey began in 2013 as a pre-primary teacher. During her tenure as a pre-primary, she was honored with the prestigious late Shri K.R. Venkatakrishnan Centenary Award in the year 2015-16. In 2018, she transitioned to the primary section where she spent 5 enriching years teaching grade 3 before moving to grade 4 last year. An enthusiastic Scrabble player, She has bagged the first prize for this event in the Kshitij Inter-School Scrabble competition. She mingles well with her students and works for their betterment. Thank you, Madam and Sir. I request all the dignitaries to take their seat. I am sure both of these awardees would like to share some words with us. I request Mrs. Sanjana to come forward.
Honorable dignitaries on and off the dais, my colleagues, parents and dear students, a very good evening to one and all present here. Honestly speaking, I am too nervous. Apart from being nervous, I am also feeling blessed to receive this award. I would like to thank the management committee and the primary and high school headmistress, Mrs. Sharvari Deshpande Madam, for recognizing my efforts and work. Thank you, Madam. I ensure to work harder for the betterment and growth of my students. Thank you once again for this honor. And a happy New Year to one and all present here. Thank you once again. Thank you, Mrs. Sanjana. Mrs. Mrunal, the stage is yours now.
Thank you, Ms. Vaijanti, teacher. Good evening, everyone. I'm truly overwhelmed and express my heartfelt gratitude on receiving this award. As teachers, we have an important role of shaping the future of the students. This award is a reminder of the difference I can make as a teacher in a student's life. I feel grateful towards everyone who has been a part of my journey as an educator. I would like to express my sincere thanks to the President, Secretary and committee members of this respected institution. A special thanks to my mentor, that is our beloved, our dear headmistress of primary and high school, Mrs. Sharvari ma'am, thank you ma'am, as well as KG primary headmistress, Mrs. Sarika Khokrale ma'am, AHM Mrs. Nidhi ma'am, and coordinator Mrs. Leela ma'am. I am also deeply thankful to my colleagues and family for their constant support. Thank you once again for this honor. And Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Mrunal. The stage is now set to invite our honorable chief guest to grace us with her words. A famous proverb goes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But today, we certainly don't want to keep you away, doctor. It will be our privilege to hear from someone whose accomplishments in the medical field have not only brought her recognition, but have also made a significant difference in the lives of many. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Medha Oak, our honorable chief guest, as she comes forward to address us.
A very good evening to respected seniors, dignitaries of and on the stage, teachers, parents, and my dear children. It's my pleasure and honor to be here as a chief guest today at your school. I do remember my past whenever I'm called as a chief guest in the school, and maybe 50 years ago, I was sitting on that side, when I used to feel that someone someday may call me as a chief guest and I'll be going on the stage. So as I stand as a chief guest here, I know what you must be feeling. You're already awaiting an awesome entertainment program, and I'm standing in between you and the program. So I'm not going to make a boring lecture. Your theme today is very nice, that is the values of maketh a man and a woman. I just checked, Abhi Google Baba is there, so I could make out that this comes from a Shakespeare's play. I don't remember it's from the Merchant of Venice or Twelfth Night, but that is making a man or a woman. Like that is a very good, and I saw your program, whatever the school has been doing to make a good person out of you. So good deeds, good virtues define a person's character and make them a better and a very fine individual. The phrase, this is inspired by Shakespeare. If you people are too small to know this, but remember that he was a very good stage actor and a stage player. Many of his plays are very nice. They're too high for your standards right now. So that in that play they say that some are born great, some achieve greatness, and for someone greatness is thirst upon them. So what is thirst upon them means? Means if your father, if your mother is a great person, automatically you are recognized as a great person. So there is nothing which you have to do. But that is your virtue that you are born to those parents. But those who are born like us, we have to achieve something and become great on our own virtues and deeds. So that is what your school is trying to do. And that's why I always go down the memory line when I stand in front of school children. As a school child, I remember 2 poems which are embossed in my mind. One is क्षण क्षण काल इकट्ठा होकर लंबा युग बन जाता है, क्षण को क्षुद्र न समझो भाई, यह जग का निर्माता है. So that means that time is very important. So all of you right from this age, you should remember that you are not going to spend time anywhere, whatever you feel like at any extent. Remember that time is money. And always like people get nervous if they don't get a prize. They are very sad. So this reminds me of the second poem which I learned in 7th standard. लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती. So you have to keep trying. Success may not come to you at the first attempt. So this people have to remember. And that's why I remember here I'm standing as not as a doctor, as a parent. I'm not a child counselor or anything. But my mother was a school teacher and she used to always say one word. Learn to listen, no. That was the thing. Because nowadays I find children, they get everything at the first thing they get it. They don't know what is no. They always have heard yes. So parents here, I will request you that learn to say no and let the children hear no at some times at least. Because nowadays the parents have created an artificial bubble for their children, a very protective bubble, and they give all good things to them. They are never exposed to the outside thing. And they don't know what's going outside in the world. And once they are graduated, they are just thrown out in that world to swim. Like suddenly from a pond you go to the sea and you are asked to swim over there. And then they find that the world is so difficult. So let them. Now I saw the film, I was just watching that. So they have taken excursions to different places. They have seen the village life. So that is very good. You should make such attempts on your individual levels also to take them to remote places. I had just been last week for Datta Jayanti at one of the village. There was no network for 4 days. Absolutely no. Only Airtel used to work somewhere or the other. There was no Wi-Fi in that town. So I think people should know what you should do if there is no phone. So I think these things are to be learnt at the basic level when they are children. So I was going to that kshana kshana kaal ikattha hokar. So time is money. Time is money. No one likes to speak about money. They say कि money is bad. No, money is good. You require money, but you should earn it with honesty and grace. Then that money has more value for that. Because money doesn't buy everything, but you need money for everything, right? So you need money. So time is money and time is precious. So you should value your time. So that is very good. Second is precious about talking health is wealth. Of course, as I stand here in the capacity of a doctor, I have to speak something about health. Because we had been to some schools for nutritional education. We found that people are not aware of the local traditional food. They want everything which comes from US. There's nothing like standard over there. But people feel ki if everything comes from US, that is a standard. We don't have to even read the nutritional labels, and local food is not good. So I always insist that you should be having local traditional food. You should be introduced every time to local traditional food and local customs on different occasions. We do have a rich heritage, rich tradition, because we are missing it now. My husband is a pediatrician, and I'm sorry to say that parents coming over here, they cannot make dal chawal also. They really don't know which dal to cook for dal rice. And I'm very sad to say that. So that is not good. And if the parents are like this, I don't know what they are going to teach the children. So mental and physical health is very good. Mental health, the thing I said, ki learn to say no and learn to hear no. That keeps you mental health very strong. Because nowadays we hear that people are committing suicide, people go into depression, young people feel I am very depressed. As a child, I don't remember that time anxiety and depression were the words used by the children. I remember these all seniors sitting here, they must have never heard in their childhood ki some child says, mother, I am feeling depressed. Mother used to say, keep quiet and do your work. There's nothing like depression. But nowadays, the parents also pamper the children a lot. So they say, I'm in depression. What sort of depression actually? So for this thing, you should have a routine. Boredom is also essential for sometimes. Routine is also essential for sometimes. Then only surprises will make you happy. Every time if I give you a surprise, that is not good. Because I had been to one place, they were playing one game. I don't remember the name of the game. I dropped a letter to my father, I lost it on the way. So the one who loses the game has to be sitting outside. So the one person, the child who used to sit outside also used to receive a prize. So why? For what? They have lost it, let them sit outside. So they were giving out prizes to everyone. Those who were roaming also there. So it doesn't make any sense. So that's why I think that is very important. Then children should be vocal. They should speak out. Speak out to your teachers, speak out to your parents, ask difficulties. Because unless you speak, what you are feeling, we don't know. I might assume something, you might be feeling something else. So speak out. Our God has given you a tongue, we can speak. Tongue is a very good weapon. You can use it either ways, but we are going to use it for a good way. So speak out, talk with your parents, talk with your teachers, whatever you feel. And then finally, you should have quality time with your parents. There's no need that your mother should sit with you for 10 hours when your exams are going. I have seen children whose mother sits there for 10 hours. इकडे का बसली नाही तिचे एक्झाम आहे कितवीत आहे मुलगी दुसरीत. So what is the point? Let them study. It's second standard, they are there. You be there, you see, you watchful. But nowadays we have seen that some parents are like helicopters. They are just like CCTVs moving on the children. इकडे का गेला? इथे का बसलास? इथे का उठलास? Leave it. Let them be independent for some time at least. Let them know what is there. Otherwise the children are also की हे helicopter कसं चुकवायचं, that they are thinking. So don't do that, because when there is a law, there is a loophole, how we say, it's like that. So if you have a helicopter, I know what to do for avoid this helicopter. And then people divert from their studies and do something else. So have some trust in your child. So good virtues are just passed on. They are just copying you. Mind you, parents, we have been doing child counseling also. You are like a blotting paper, children. Whatever teacher says, whatever parent says, they keep on taking whatever it is, good and bad. They don't know what is good or bad in the initial stages. So we always say that your head is above your heart. So whatever you think twice before you talk, listen, decide what you are listening and what you are going to absorb, keep it in the brain, what you are going to leave it. And think before you act, anything, whatever you are doing. And then I'm seeing all the virtues which are put up here. One of the most and biggest virtue is gratitude, which people are missing nowadays. and people feel ki they are self-made man. Like, I'm done, I'm okay with myself only. So it's not that way. Right from the teacher who teaches you ABCD, you have to have gratitude for her. There is nothing like a self-made man. You need many ladders to climb up. Even I will say that when I have reached, I must have used many small and big ladders to reach the position where I am now. And one thing is there, don't underestimate anyone. Because sometimes people, just because of their dressing sense, because of their language, they underestimate. I'll just tell you two short stories where this underestimation was seen. We had gone to buy a car, and one fellow from Kolhapur with a turban, with a white dhoti kurta, had come to buy a Mercedes car for his son's 18th birthday. And the youngsters who were employed, they were giggling away like that. की हा काय घेणार गाडी, मर्सिडीजचं नाव घेतोय, त्याला कॉस्ट तरी माहिती आहे का? Does he know the cost of the car? But the manager was very smart. He pushed away those young girls inside, and he came and he chatted with that person, and he entertained that person. So he said, I want to buy a new Mercedes car for my son's 18th birthday. So he said, sir, you have to pay some few lakhs before as an advance payment. And we were sitting on the other table for some other car, and we were seeing the situation as a third person. The person just took out his turban and laid it on the table. He said, हे घ्या पैसे, किती हवेत ते लाख काढून घ्या, उरलेले ठेवून द्या. He had 30 lakhs in his turban. You won't believe that. We were the witness. So that's why don't underestimate anyone. Don't make fun of anyone who comes like that. Second incident, what my husband had related. He is a marathon runner. So they had gone in South Africa for some run. And they saw a very fragile, pale person, very quiet South African who was with them in their lift. So one of the Indians said, Ki, do you run? He just said yes. With his head, he just nodded. He did not say yes. Do you complete the run? Because that run is 90 kilometers run. So he said yes. So that fellow had completed already 5 runs. So he was saying, I completed 5 runs. How many did you complete? So that fellow was not understanding English much, but he got the point what that fellow was asking. He just opened his jersey, his chain, and he showed he had 36 medals on that. So don't underestimate, don't go on the outward thing. People might be really great, down to earth. So teach the children also to respect each and every one they get. Don't insult anyone. Insulting is very easy. That's what we have seen. So don't underestimate anyone. Have gratitude. Then reading books is one of the things which people don't do nowadays. It's really fun reading between the lines also, talking about books. So I think I never saw a library here, but I think it should be having a library. Lastly, it comes to all the gadgets. You know, we are all hooked to the gadgets. So if the mobile phone is lost, I feel my life is lost. Like in the childhood, we used to have some stories telling that the king says ki my life is in this parrot. So if the parrot is killed, I'll be killed. So like that, nowadays that mobile phone has that life of ours. So don't be too dependent on that gadgets. Even if the gadgets are there, they are going to help you, but don't be dependent on them. So how much to depend on them, it's you're happy. So that was the one thing. And like I saw the dance program, I saw the music, I was very amazed. And I feel very good because I was told that in school you can be jack of all trades. You need not be a master of anything. But you should be introduced to each and every activity. It may be yoga, it may be music, it may be painting, it may be sports. It's you to decide in the life what you like. Because unless I'm not exposed to music, I don't know what it is. So if at all in future you want to develop some passion, you should be aware of that. So learn ABCD of everything whichever is possible during your school career. So parents, let them learn whatever they want. They can decide what is their passion later. So that is one more important thing. Learn to exercise well, learn to sleep well, because sleep increases the memory. At least children need 8 hours of sleep, because we see nowadays parents are having so many classes for their children. They want their children to be Sachin Tendulkar, they want their children to be Zakir Hussain, they want everything, and that too at the age of 5 or 6. Don't do that. Let them go to the class which they like. Let them be trained in that. One more good thing was here which I saw was tradition. So respect and talk in your own regional language, whatever it is. That is an asset to us. As I was talking with Mr. Ranganathan, he said our school is an English medium school. So teaching medium is English. That doesn't mean you have to talk in English day and night. Because I have seen parents talking with English even at home. Why? You have your own mother tongue. Talk in Marathi, talk in Hindi, Gujarati, Tamil, whatever is your local language at home. Because people say ki nahi mala Marathi yet nahi. Arey, I really feel sorry. You are born in that town and you don't know. The US people know only English language. You are not aware of that, being small children. They don't know any other language. We staying in Maharashtra, we know we can understand Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Tamil, Kannada, we know everything. So that is an asset. So do learn that. Sit in front of God for 10 minutes at least daily. Close your eyes. Do anything, whatever you want to chant. It may be Ram Raksha, it may be anything. So that will increase your memory. And now children are like blotting paper. They have a tremendous memory power. So even you parents sitting here must be remembering whatever we have learned in childhood, we still remember. It's very difficult to gain knowledge when you get bigger. So teach them all these things. Their pronunciation will improve if they learn all these Sanskrit shlokas. So let them say anything, whatever they like, whatever from your religion, but you have to have that. Lastly, present yourself always with clarity and charm. You should impress. Don't give up in bad days. You will be able to shape a great future. So I wish all you well. And before ending, I again like to tell small stories. So I'll just tell you a short story. There was a sadhu who was visiting a village. And there were two small kids. They were not knowing much of the sadhu. They said, we will test the sadhu. Naturally, they were small children, they don't know. We'll see how great he is. So on the way, they pick up a small newborn bird in their fist. And they say, we'll ask the sadhu, identify what is there in our fist. If he identifies, he is a great sadhu. Who will tell the children? They just went. They closed their fist in front of him. The sadhu could see whatever mischief is there in the eyes. So he said, yes, my dear children, what do you want to ask? So he said, we accept that you are a great sadhu. So we'll be great to know if you tell us what is there in our hands. So actually what was the plan? That was a small living bird, newly born. So these children had decided, if sadhu says that there is a live thing, we will kill it. And if he says there is some dead thing in your hand, we will set it free. So that was their thinking. So then the sadhu answered, my dear children, there is something in your hand that if you wish it should live, it will live. And if you wish it should die, it will die. So, my dear children, that little bird is nothing but it's your future. The parents should realize that this is your future. You want to shape it how you want, or you don't want to shape it. It's your destiny. So, I wish all the best to all the parents and all the children, and you can continue with your awesome program. Thank you very much for a patient listening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Oak. You have just shown how a little speech is filled with all the values that we are trying to show through our annual day today. Thank you so much. I would like to invite Sharvari ma'am over here.
Just coming with something that is important and was missed in my report. As so many parents are gathered here today, and as President Sir was mentioning that so many changes are coming in through NEP and NCF. All of you are aware that we took consents for the APAR ID, and that APAR ID, which is going to be your child's unique number, is going to be a sort of directory of all your child's achievements and all the subjects that he learns, all the credit points in future that your child will gain through college, through even further. So it is a very, very important step that has been taken, and we are glad to share that the teachers have completed their work and APAR IDs have been created for all of your children. Yes, and thank you so much.
Before we come to our actual annual day performance, we would like to show our appreciation to some of the members who have made great efforts for this. We will like to put our hands together for Mrs. Shraddha Devdhar and her team. They are the ones who have treated our ears to the wonderful live music and vocals during the program of Swaradhara. I request our President, Shri K.V. Ranganathan, to present a bouquet. Here's appreciating the Swaradhara team.
DJ Asif SK.
Next, we would like to show our appreciation to Mrs. Prajakta Barve. The performance of the students during the Swaradhara performance was the result of her training. Mrs. Prajakta also conducts classical dance classes in our school. I again request our President, Shri K.V. Ranganathan, to present a bouquet. Next, a huge round of applause for Sachin Birje and his huge enthusiastic team. All the lively dances that we are about to see in the second half is the hard work of his team. Sachin Birje, the owner of Spider Academy, also conducts dance classes in our school. I request President Shri K.V. Ranganathan to present a bouquet to Sachin sir as a token of our love. He is joined by his team members Sachin, Nagesh, Ganesh, Sushil, Swayam, Aniket, Sakshi Parte, Kashish and Sakshi Tipnis. I request all dignitaries to take their seats.
The words thank you hold immense power when spoken from heart. As we conclude this memorable event, we take a moment to express our gratitude to all those who made it a success. We take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to the Almighty for His blessings, which have ensured the smooth flow of today's event.
We extend our sincere thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Medha Oak, for gracing this occasion with her presence and also for sharing her valuable insights. Her inspiring words will remain in our memories.
We are deeply grateful to our respected President, Shri K.V. Ranganathan, for his leadership and unwavering support, which continuously motivates us towards excellence.
Our heartfelt thanks to our Secretary, Shri M. Gopal Krishnan, whose dedication and guidance have always been a source of strength for our institution.
We would like to acknowledge and thank the support and presence of all our committee members.
We deeply appreciate the support of our high school headmistress, Mrs. Aparna Patil.
We are thankful to Srimati Padmaja Arvind, Principal of the College of Higher Education, and Dr. Asmita Karasgi, Dean of the SIA College of Health Science, for their collaboration and assistance.
We thank our KG and primary headmistress, Mrs. Sarika Khokrale, for being a gracious host. We also thank the headmistress of the primary and high school, Mrs. Sharvari Deshpande, for being a constant pillar of support and guidance, always leading with grace and dedication.
We are equally grateful to our assistant headmistress, Mrs. Nidhi Sharaf, primary coordinator, Mrs. Chandralila Kennedy, and KG section assistant headmistress, Mrs. Maitri Deshpande, for their support and encouragement.
A special thanks goes to all the invitees, sponsors, PTA members, parents, choreographers, and students whose enthusiasm and cooperation have made this event possible and special.
A big thank you to our IT staff led by Mr. Deepak Nitchit for their seamless technical support.
We express our gratitude to Mr. Chetan for his indispensable assistance throughout the event preparations from the very beginning until today.
A big thank you to Mr. Raju Revankar for his excellent work with sound and light, Shri Suresh Patil for his beautiful mandap decorations, and Shri Pramod for capturing our precious moments.
We once again sincerely thank the efforts of everyone which have culminated into making this event a huge success.
Finally, dear audience, your applause and energy are the factors which are creating the perfect atmosphere. Your support through the next half of the show is going to be the driving force for our kids.
And now the moment that you have all been waiting for. Let us now just give a little time to our performers who are just bursting with energy backstage to come and put up a fascinating show for you. Audience, see you on the other side in just a short time.